everybody and welcome back to another video. I have a crochet tutorial for you all today, and it is a lovely little project that you can use in so many different ways with your crochet. For this we're going to be making the Sunburst square, and this is actually kind of one part of a few different videos that are going to go together to create a lovely little project, which you will be seeing in the future. So these are two examples of the Sunburst square. Basically all we're doing is working in a round, and then once we've done a few rounds we make it into a square with just one other simple round. They would be perfect in a blanket, a crocheted blanket, a bag, a purse, anything that you want to take from the square to develop into something else as well. So I'll show you what you need and then we can begin. Okay then, so what you're going to need is 4 different types of yarn. So as you can see, I've got Paintbox Cotton Aran yarn. This Cotton Aran is a perfect way to begin this project. It gives it a lovely texture and it's a nice thickness to work with because it's not too thick, so you can still get the pattern, but it's not too thin, so it takes ages to work with. I have 4 different colours here, which I will leave all the colours in the description box down below in case you want to use the same as me. I have a brown, a lighter brown, a yellow, and kind of a parchment creamy colour. And I've got a 4.5mm hook which corresponds with the yarn that I'm using, also a pair of scissors and a darning needle as well to sew in those ends. So without further ado, grab your 4 different types of yarn, whatever yarn that you have on hand, to start practicing, and then we can begin our Sunburst square. Okay then, so for this project I'm starting with my darkest brown, and this is going to be the innermost colour that you're working with. This is just working one round and then you'll change colour as well. So all you're going to do is begin by making a slip knot, and to do this you'll want to cross over your yarn, go through the loop, pinch the yarn and pull through. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, I will leave a link in the description box down below, or you can do it in whichever way that you prefer to work your slip knot. I've just attached it onto my hook now and tightened, so now we're ready to begin. You're going to begin with a chain of 4, so that's a yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, chain 2, yarn over, chain 3, and yarn over and chain 4. And then we're going to kind of make a loop with these 4. So you're going to slip stitch into the first chain that you worked, so yarn over and pull through and pull through. And there you will see that you've made a loop in your chain. So this is where we're going to work into to begin with. So to begin you're going to chain 3, and this is going to count as your first treble crochet. I'm working in UK terminology for this project, so that is a treble in UK terms and a double in US terminology. So there I have my chain of 3, and that's going to count as my first treble crochet. And then into this loop we're going to work another 15 trebles. So as a total we're going to have 16 trebles, 1 chain 3 and 15 normal trebles. What I would say is if you have this end nice and free, tuck that under and work along with it so that it kind of blends in with your work, which I'll show you as we get to that point. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 2 trebles. Yarn over, insert your hook into that loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. That's 3. Now we're working our 4th. Now I have my end, which obviously has come off our slip knot, and all I'm going to do is tuck that under and work with it as well. So going all the way around those loops for my 5th one. And what this does is it just helps us at the end to cinch up our work. So tucking that in and working with it, we're going to continue working our trebles. So I'm going to leave you here to work your 16 treble crochets, well 15 and then this chain 3 which counts as our 16th, and then I will meet you back when you have round number 1. Okay then, so I've just worked my 16th treble and you can see there's a little gap in the centre. So all you can do is pull on this tail end of yarn and then it kind of closes that up slightly. To finish this round, we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Like so. We're going to chain 1 and then we're just going to chop off our yarn. And there, and pull through. And there we have round number 1 of our sunburst square. So now I'm going to change colour and show you how to change colour, and then we can begin round number 2. I have a slightly lighter brown to work with for round number 2, and I'm just going to attach my yarn. So all you're going to do is find a stitch that you're going to begin with. You can work into any stitch that you go along. I'm going to work into the stitch just before that chain 3 and insert my hook. Then you're going to change colour, so you can do this in whichever way you prefer. All I'm going to do is lay my yarn over, hook through and leave it like that. There we have our attached yarn. And we're going to chain 1 just to secure that down. Now for round number 2, we're going to be working some puff stitches into our stitches. These are super simple, so don't worry if you've never done them before. And again, all I'm going to do is catch these 2 ends of yarn under my work as I work our way around, just so that I don't have to end up sewing them in at the end. So for a puff stitch, you're going to elongate your stitch. You're going to yarn over and insert into that stitch you're working in. Yarn over and pull up a loop. There you have 3 loops on your hook. But we're not going to close our loops yet, we need to work a few more. So again, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Again, with each of these, elongating it slightly so that it's easier to pull through at the end. And we're going to work one more. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now what we need to do is yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook. So go ahead and yarn over and pull through all the loops. And then to secure our puff stitch, we just work a chain 1. And there we have our first puff stitch. And now we can work this all the way around. So the next one, I'm actually working into the top of this chain 3 that I worked from the previous round. Again, tucking these ones underneath slightly. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, elongating it upwards. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, elongating it upward. And then I'm going to work this for a third and final time, like so. Now I can yarn over and pull through all of my loops on my hook, and then chain 1 to secure down. And there I've worked 2 puff stitches. I'm just going to work one more with you and then you can complete this round. So for our next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, that's 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, that's 3. Yarn over and pull through all of those loops on your hook and chain 1 to secure down. So all you're going to do is work this all the way along in every single stitch around. Pause the video and I will meet you back when you've completed round number 2. Okay then, so here's how mine is looking, and all I'm going to do is slip stitch into the top of this puff stitch to complete that round. Now then, I'm just going to chain 1 and chop off my end and then change colour, and I will meet you back for round number 3. This is our third and final round of the kind of round part of our work, and then we'll turn it into a square. So chain 1, chop off your yarn, pull up a loop, change colour to your next colour. For me this is this gorgeous sunflower yellow. And all you want to do is find a gap between your puff stitches, which I know sounds a bit strange, but between your puff stitches, and insert your hook and then attach your yarn. For this round you're going to begin with a chain of 3, and we're going to work 4 treble crochets together. So this, don't worry if you've never done this before, it's super simple. This first one's going to be slightly different, but then we're going to move on to the others and crochet 4 together. So all you're going to do is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. But you're not going to complete these other 2. Then we're going to yarn over and repeat that. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Finally, one final one, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now because this one is our first one, we already have this chain of 3, which is kind of going to count as our first treble. Then we've got 3 other trebles, and then we're going to crochet them all together. So all you need to do now is yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops on your hook. Then you're going to chain 1 to secure that, and you're going to chain another 1 just to move over into our next gap. Again, I'm tucking these nicely underneath my work. So now moving on to my next gap, this is where you're actually going to treble 4 together. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 1. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 2. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's 3. And your final one, that's 4. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops, chain 1 to secure down, and chain 1 to move along to the next gap. Moving on to the next gap here, working 4 treble crochets together. You're going to continue doing this all the way around. 3, 4, 1 to secure and 1 to move along. So pause the video here and work round number 3, working 4 treble crochets together in every single gap with 2 chains after every single one. I will meet you back when you've finished that. Okay then, so I've just worked my final set, and I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 to finish off. I'm going to chain 1 and chop my yarn, and there you have kind of finished working the circle rounds of your piece. So you can start to see kind of the sunburst effect working well. So the next thing we're going to do is turn the circle into a nice square, and this is done with one very simple round, just by working some trebles and some double trebles. So go ahead and grab your final colour. For me this is kind of like a contrast colour. I'm going to attach that now into my gap, and then I will show you how to turn your circle into a square. Okay, so again you're going to attach your yarn in one of these gaps, which are pretty easy to see, and you're just going to bring it up like so. For this round you're going to begin with a chain of 4, and that's going to count as a double treble. We're going to work 2 more double trebles into that gap, so yarn over twice for this one. If you've never worked a double treble before, it's a yarn over twice. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and all you're going to do is continue working pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So yarn over and pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through those final 2 loops. That's one double treble. Yarn over twice and work another one, insert your hook, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, and yarn over through the final 2 loops. That counts as your first set of 3 double trebles. Now you're going to chain 1 and work into your next gap. So moving along here, and for this gap all we're going to work is trebles. So we're going to work 3 trebles into that gap, working 1 treble, 2 trebles, and the 3rd treble. Sort of like a granny square. If you've ever worked a granny square, you're just kind of working blocks of trebles and double trebles. The next set, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to work another set of 3 trebles. So this is the single yarn over, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, moving over to the next set, and you're going to work 1 more set of treble crochets, so 3 trebles, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 1, and then in the next gap we're going to do something slightly different with our double trebles. So yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. That's 1 double treble, sorry. Yarn over twice and work that again. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. And then you're going to work a 3rd one as well into that same gap. Now we need to kind of turn the corner. So that's one side of the square, and now we're going to try to turn the corner. So you're going to chain 2 for this one, and into that exact same gap that we've just worked 3 double trebles, we're going to work another 3 double trebles. Into the exact same gap, work another 3 double trebles. 2 and 3. There we have our corner, and you can chain 1 now and just work your 3 trebles. So this is how we are turning it into a square. So you're going to work 3 sets of 3 trebles, and then into every corner you're going to work 3 double trebles, a chain of 2, and 3 double trebles. A chain between each set of 3 trebles, and then another corner. So pause the video here, work this all the way around, and I will meet you back when you have finished. Okay then, so I've almost just come to the end. I've just finished my last block of 3 trebles and chain 1. So now we're just at the last corner, and all we're going to do is work our 3 double trebles. So yarning over twice, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. It's 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into the top of that chain 4, right at the top there. And there you have finished your sunburst square. So I'm going to chop off my yarn and sew my ends, and then we will have finished. Okay then, so there you have your completed sunburst square. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Hope you found it helpful. Keep looking out for the videos in the future where I will kind of incorporate these sunburst squares into a project. That should be soon, hopefully. Leave me a like if you did enjoy this video, comment down below any questions that you may have, and subscribe so you never miss a future video and you can join this wonderful crochet community. I will leave a link in the description box down below to all of the yarn that I used in this video, and also my Instagram, where I post a bit more regularly so you can see and keep up to date with all of my personal crochet projects as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!